want to Chuck. So, to her question, will you open up the books to these elected officials and let them see them? And then I'd like to ask my question, sorry, which is a lot shorter.
I can conceive of no argument why I wouldn't open the books. Can anyone else? I mean, it's axiomatic. It follows as the night the day. Who is interposing objections to this kind of reasonable request? One of the things that Kamal and I talked about most enthusiastically and intently were his notions of transparency. I mean, you've got Mr. Transparency here. One of the things, if I were elected chairman, a person who would have a vital role in anything I did by way of reform would be this man right here. And one of the principal features of that reform would be transparency. We all know Democrats who don't believe in democracy, right? We all know Democrats who don't trust the people. Wouldn't it be folly if Republicans behave that way? And there's no reason for it. I will not countenance anything that smacks of chicanery, smoke and mirrors, and dishonesty. We're Republicans.
This is a longer version of one of the cards that was just handed to us, and we have so many questions we'd like to ask and keep you here all night.
We only have 2 more questions.
Exactly. So I'm going to give you the slightly longer version of it because this is the elephant that's in the room today. As panelists and as people who have email addresses, we get a lot of things. We get copies of the return receipts that were sent to the candidates to show up tonight that didn't show up this afternoon. And that's to your question, Mr. Wesley. We also get financial information, and this one is probably the second most disturbing that I've read in the past maybe 6 months. In the last election cycle, Mass GOP chair candidate Robert McGinn donated $2,400 to Democrat extremist Senator Chuck Schumer. Schumer went on to beat the conservative Republican Jay Townsend. Schumer received $17 million for that race, $17,302,006. Townsend, a paltry $197,365. Now, that question was meant for Mr. McGinn, but I'm going to ask you, what do you think about that? And further, have you donated to Democrats in the last election cycle? And who? And how much?
You heard me say that I had 6 sons and 6 daughters, right? I cannot conceive of any set of circumstances under which I would contribute $2,400 to Senator Chuck Schumer unless he had kidnapped all 6 of my daughters and was demanding ransom. As to contributions to Democrats, I can't remember ever having contributed a nickel to any Democrat, which isn't to say that there aren't some Democrats out there that I would like to enlist into our ranks. I think of a great Democrat, Governor Ed King. Does anybody remember Governor King? I would be proud to have him come. He did eventually feel the heat and he saw the light and he became a Republican late in life. But there are many good Democrats out there. I just haven't contributed to them. I have had one iron rule in my contributions to candidates. If they're not pro-life, I don't contribute.